We're pleased to report that there was not, I repeat, not an accident on the L&W Railroad this week. Smoke diving champion Flaming Freeman fries his way into the record book. Once extinguished, he treats us to his famous mouse imitation.
Last week, this pundit opined that Daytona might be the turnaround point for Eli's season. Scratch that. We've already seen it on Saturday night in Dallas. Daytona is where he'll stamp it. Yeah. No. Not quite. It appears the Moto Filter crystal ball was a bit clouded by Eli Tomac's 16th to 2nd place ride in Dallas. But it was also a reasonably popular opinion that Eli would garner his first win of the season and his 8th Daytona victory. In Dallas, Tomac ripped through most of the field to grab 2nd. And, wow, he was back. This week, he equaled that best result of the season, and it was a disappointment. Supercross can be a fickle game. Fandom or no. The Daytona 450 podium 1 year ago was Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb, and Chase Sexton. The year before that, Tomac, Webb, and Sexton. Eli and Cooper went 1-2 in 2021. And we had the same three again battling, having a great race amongst themselves. But this year, it was for 2nd place. Let it be said that Eli Tomac rode a great race. Chase Sexton, injured hand and all, rode a great race. Cooper Webb rode another great Daytona race. This was, on one hand, the heated battle we've been fortunate to witness in the past couple of years. Eli and Chase and Cooper, head to head, 30 seconds out on the rest of the field. Except that the young Skippy on a red bike was quickly quadding his way into the distance. The difference, of course, is Jet Lawrence. Like it or not, we are witnessing the changing of the guard. The refrain has been, well, if Jet gets the whole shot, he wins. Well, he didn't, but he did. In the preseason, James Stewart sat down to do an interview with the Lawrence brothers. Discussed was how they had studied Eli Tomac's ability to take what was given to him on any night and bounce back. If the kid, who has already shown considerable racecraft acumen beyond his years, continues to gain racetrack savvy event by event. Whew.
I'm always trying to, if I'm a bit off, I'll still try and go for stuff. So where this week I was just trying to, you know what, if I'm not perfect, just back out of it and kind of learn from those mistakes, which I think has kind of cost me in a previous races.
Lawrence's win again displayed the huge contradiction in styles between riders. The kid dancing around, hopping over the bumps and through the ruts, while Eli apparently bulldogged his clutch into submission. Though we've since been told, leaking valve cover gasket. Okay, sure. Nonetheless, where Tomac attacked the track, Lawrence danced with the ether. And just what are you going to do with a kid who dances with ether? Daytona is Eli's house. In both their heat race and in the main, Jet passed him from behind and went on to run away.
thinking back to the race, frustrated I didn't do the quad. Cost me. So got to take more risks next time. That's that. So, yeah, second place. Yeah, that's all what it came down to. And then I just bummed I didn't take that earlier. But try to live and learn and go to the next one. We'll see you in Birmingham. Thank you.
In the heat, Lawrence passed star teammates Eli Tomac and Justin Cooper in the same corner. And then only took 2 corners, put the 2-for-1 special on first Eli and then Chase Sexton in the main, before going as much as 3 seconds a lap faster than the king of Daytona. Jet's fastest lap was nearly 2 seconds faster than Tomac's best, a 1:28.09 to a 1:29.75. And more than 2 seconds faster than Sexton at a 1:30.56. Jet led Daytona by over 10 seconds before backing it down towards the end. Alabama. Well, of course, a guy wants to do this.
One thing I want to tell you, in Birmingham they love the governor.
But I've had trouble enough with getting a video uploaded without getting a copyright strike from Failed Entertainment. I think I'll leave the MCA label alone. So, enjoy a brief bit of rights-free Southern soul while we discuss the even briefer history of Supercross in Alabama. AMA 250 and 500 Nationals were held in Alabama in 1972 and 73 at Talladega's fabled International Speedway. The events took their cues from the success of the Daytona race, but wouldn't share it. Meager spectator turnouts meant the Alabama National would be short-lived. Some 10 years later, during a promoter dispute involving the AMA, Talladega was chosen for one half of the shortest AMA quote-unquote Supercross championships ever held, consisting of only Daytona and the Alabama stop on back-to-back weekends in March. Promoters had wrested control of its series from the AMA, and 2 competing Supercross series were run in the same year. It wasn't much of a competition. 2 factory teams, Honda and Yamaha, chose to not even send a squad to Talladega. Honda's David Bailey would ride the race as a favor to his father Gary, who was the track builder. Bailey did have his work suspension, but rode a production motorcycle. This was the era of Honda's very advanced factory machinery, so it would have been a pretty big step down.
Well, here we go for the main.
A rider who did have his works bike, Kawasaki's Jeff Ward, would win the race over Team Suzuki's Mark Barnett and Scott Burnsworth. Bailey followed in 4th. The champion, with an asterisk, of the 2-race AMA series would be Jeff Ward, Team Kawasaki, with 55 points after winning Talladega and adding in his points for heat race wins. Defending AMA Supercross number 1, Bailey, who had won at Daytona, finished 2nd with 53 points. InSport, brought on by the promoters, would have a much more successful season, and sponsors on a level we'd love to have today. The 15-round InSport 1984 Supercross Championship boasted Wrangler Jeans as the title sponsor and was also presented by Miller High Life, Diet Coke, and Toyota Trucks. There would be Wrangler Dashes, Diet Coke Catapult Jump bonuses, Miller High Life Fast Heat bonuses, and Wrangler Jeans was even running national advertisements. Those 2 AMA races would later be somehow added into the final points tally for the InSport series to arrive at a much different champion, one who had finished 6th in the 2-race AMA series. The O-Show, Honda's Johnny O'Mara, won his one and only Supercross championship, besting future teammate but then current Yamaha rider Ricky Johnson and Team Honda's Bailey. Wardy won the 2-race title but finished 4th in the larger series. I've not the time, and you've not the interest, for the court battle and resolution that brought Supercross racing back under the AMA banner for the following year and all subsequent seasons. The venue for our first Alabama Supercross stop in 40 years is Birmingham's Protective Stadium. Only just opening in 2021, it too lacks any storied history. The new stadium apparently replaces a Legion Field as the home of the University of Alabama Blazers football program. Whatever that is. Crimson Tide, it ain't. Also, checks notes, Garth Brooks holds the attendance record at the stadium, drawing 50,000 fans to a country concert. Given the city's proximity to the Atlanta market and the Southeast in general, and given that the last 4 crowds have turned out in record numbers, Supercross probably has a good shot of challenging Old Garth. Never been. Looks like a nice place. Similar to the newer stadium in San Diego. Not massive, but pleasant. Here's hoping it doesn't rain. For now, back to half-baked clouded crystal ball prognostications. This unusually rough, rutted, and sticky Dallas track may well serve as a precursor to what Cooper could do on the actual East Coast. Yeah. Once again, no. As we move into the second half of the season, the title picture has become a bit clearer. The points race hasn't exactly been blown wide open. 10 points back to Webb in second, and 16 back to Eli, with half a season still remaining, is hardly insurmountable. And we are talking about a pair of 2-time Supercross champions. But, peeling our eyes away from the point sheet and having a look at the biggest disparity of all, laps led, well, the kid has led 81 main event laps. You don't have to be good at the maths to work out that's an average of 10 laps per race. Next is Sexton with 30 laps led. Tomac has 14, and Webb just 5. Kenny Roczen dazzled in his heat race by clearing the field in a single straightaway, and also jumped from 7th to 5th in the point standings. He's not out of this thing altogether yet, but is a full race behind. After falling victim to the crucial rhythm section, Aaron Plessinger faces an uphill battle to get back into this title hunt. Plessinger slipped from 3rd in the points to 6th. When Eli Tomac won his first Supercross at the Speedway in 2016, Jet was 14 years old and eating his donuts after scamming them from the bakery below the Lawrence's nearly empty European apartment. These days, the cupboard is full. As we all knew entering the season, timelines could vary. But barring something catastrophic, the future of Supercross has certainly arrived. Jet Lawrence winning Daytona brings not only this season into sharper focus, but seasons yet to come. And hey, if you like this video, please like this video. Thanks, Gene. And speaking of thanks for watching this.